who can tell me what we learned about last week?
We learn about that
Learning that fish.
that one.
The seals, very good.
Mister, we learned about the parrotfish. The parrotfish are that ones that they do a back so they can be there. The race fish, the seahorse. Oh, I like the lionfish and the seahorse.
They're really cool, right?
They're
Then we also talked about seals, the different types of fish, the lionfish, and who can remind me?
coral kinds, Mister. We talked about that.
The coral as well. Who can remind me? Why can't you kill a starfish?
No, we cannot kill them because they regenerate.
They regenerate. Very good. And who can tell me what is the largest pinniped? Remember pinniped with the fins? Who can remind me?
It's the force seal, right? Or the sea lion.
No, not a sea lion.
The ones that they're like that, Mister.
Force seal.
Not a
Horse seal.
Also
Not
with the
that.
elephant seal.
elephant seal. Very good. All right. Well, now we're going to talk about the birds that live by the ocean. And these birds are actually really big. Okay. We're going to talk about winged wanderers.
Wow.
I'm going to start reading, and you guys can follow along, and then I'll have you guys read, okay? So let's start.
Okay.
142. Seabirds are the world travelers of the bird family, spending most of their life sailing above or swimming through the ocean waves. Sorry. Some feed on the plankton that can be found at the ocean's surface, but many dive into the water to find larger prey. Like all birds, seabirds belong to the group of animals with backbones, the vertebrates. Birds do not have much resemblance, however, to the other vertebrates that we have learned about so far. Mammals and fish, true, birds hatch from eggs as fish do, but they do not hatch underwater. Like mammals, birds are warm-blooded and walk around on legs, but birds, and particularly seabirds, are not most at home on land. They are creatures of the air, and their most distinctive features are their wings and feathers, which equip them to fly. Although the seabirds make up nearly about 3% of all the types of birds in the world, they are very numerous and long-lived. They nest in huge colonies when they come to land to lay their eggs. After rearing the young, the birds return to the sea, often traveling thousands of miles and perhaps even circling the globe before the next nesting season. Albatrosses. The albatross is a superb creature of the ocean air. The wandering albatross is the largest of all flying birds, with wings measuring up to 12 feet from tip to tip. Albatrosses are found primarily in southern oceans. They may live at sea for months at a time before returning to land. To feed, albatrosses settle on the water, where they fish for squid or other creatures. They also eat small penguins. The long, hooked beak of the albatross enables it to snatch food from the water with ease. Now, gulls. We're going to go to gulls. Let's see. Okay. It is a beautiful day at the beach. The sun is bright, the air is fresh, and you hear a ha, ha, ha of the laughing gull rings out overhead. The laughing gull is only one of 85 species of gulls found in the world. Although they are classified as seagulls, gulls can actually live in many different habitats, even far inland. Gulls can fly expertly in calm or windy weather. Most are gray or white with black markings. Gulls are not particular about what food they eat or how they get it. They devour fish, water, animals, insects, eggs, and other birds. If they cannot get food of their own, they will steal the catch of other birds. Have you guys ever seen videos of someone on the beach eating, and then this white bird comes and grabs the food? Yeah? That's a seagull right there.
Yes.
That's a gull. Some resourceful gulls crack open the hard shells of clams by dropping them from high in the air to the rocks below. Inland, gulls can be seen following farmers, plows, and eating grubs, as well as many insects. Some gulls even get involved in garbage disposal. One ambitious bird was seen trying to haul away a bag of trash several times larger than itself. So they're all about eating. They'll do anything they can to eat. So they'll try to take away a giant bag of trash, even though it's too big for them, they'll still try to take it away. All right, we're on the next page. Next page. And penguins. Who wants to read about penguins? All right, Monse, go for it. Read to us about penguins.
Penguins. Are they feature birds? Ernest was wearing the quiet shirt, standing close together in one of their home rookeries. Penguins look like ensemble to tuxedo clad dignitary waiting for someone to make a speech. Penguins are flightless swimming birds and live mostly in the cold southern regions near Antarctica. A little bluebird in a coat of down, small fluffy feathers. Beneath the long outer feather keep penguins warm even in ice weather. God has made penguins perfectly sized for life in the ocean. Sweeter. Most bones are hollow and light. Penguins have handy bones that help them dive and stay underwater. A penguin swim are most like flippers, long and flat with short, scale-like feathers. The bird uses its swim to propel itself through the ocean, almost as if it were flying underwater as it swims. It porpoises or leaps out of the water to take a breath, nesting and nourishing their young.
Okay.
A nesting time.
Stop there. Let's have somebody else read from there. So we have penguins that they can't fly. They're birds, but they kind of fly in the ocean. So they spend more time in the ocean. They do other birds. Dutch. All right. Who's going to read next about nesting and
Hi.
nourishing? Giancarlos.
Yes.
Go for it.
Nesting and nourish in the young. At nesting time, when penguins travel from the sea before laying their eggs. In the winter, the continent of Antarctica is surrounded by vast areas of sea ice. If penguin eggs were laid at the edge of the ice, many would be lost or ruined when summer came and the ice broke up. Penguins of the world 30 or 40 miles from the edge of the ice to their rookery, and then from the nest back to the sea for food. When they grow tired of walking, penguins like to get born by pushing themselves along on their stomachs. The parent penguin returning from the sea brings its baby up to 7 pounds of food in its grub, a special part of the body used to store undigested food. A hungry chick who puts its head into the parent mouth receives a nourishing meal of fish or crustaceans.
All right.
I continue, mire.
All
No,
right. let's talk about this one real fast, actually. So, how would you like to eat like that? Your mom is gonna eat your food, chew it, and then go, "Ooh, ooh." That sound good?
No.
No? I mean, that's what they do. It might be pretty good. You never know. That sounds good, right? Monse, you want to try that? Yeah?
What?
Do you want to try that?
That first they
Eat
eat
the
your
food and then
food, and
throw it
then
back up for you?
they throw it to your mouth.
No? Okay, so the parents have a special part of the body called the crop, and that's where they store food. And there they carry up to 7 pounds of food. Can you imagine? That's a lot of food, and they have to walk 30 to 40 miles. I think that's like here from here to Santa Rita or something like that. Like you have to walk that far. I don't know. It's far. It definitely is far. Maybe not Santa Rita. Maybe Morazan. I don't know. Okay, let's have somebody else read. Who's gonna read next?
Me.
Who said me? No, Monse, you're read. Let's have somebody else who hasn't read. Angel Peña, you're up. The Emperor Penguin. You have to turn your mic on, bud.
Page 144.
Yeah, the Emperor Penguin. Your mic. Peña, your mic, bud. Angel Peña. Your mic. There you go.
The emperor penguin, the tallest of all penguins, the dignified emperor of penguins, he stands 4 feet high. This amazing bird is the only penguin to lay its eggs. During the harsh Antarctic winter, each emperor penguin pair produces only 1 egg in a year. They must be very attentive to the single egg, therefore, or they will fail to produce a family. The pair does not nest. Instead, the father places the egg on 6 feet and covers it with a special fold of skin, all covered up and nestled against a father abdomen. The egg stays warm in the worst weather. The father endures temperatures of 30 below zero or lower, but the egg remains a cozy 88. Keep warm, the father penguins huddle together in groups as large as 600 birds. The father penguin cannot eat during the entire 6 weeks. He's incubating the egg. While the father incubates the egg, the mother penguin returns to the sea for nourishment. By the time the chick hatches, she will have come back to feed and guard her baby, and the father will then make the long walk to the water for food. All summer, while the ocean provides abundant food, the parent penguins will take turns feeding their chick. If they have waited until spring to lay their egg, the chick will have been too little and too underdeveloped to have faced the onset of cold weather at the end of the short Antarctic summer.
Very good. Have you ever seen the movie March of the Penguins?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It talks about these types of penguins. Look at how cute these babies are. The penguin chicks? They all look the same, right? All the penguins look the same, right?
Yes.
Now imagine having to find someone who looks exactly like you. It almost seems like it'd be impossible, right? But they find them. They find them. Okay. We're gonna finish this last section, and then we'll go through the comprehension checks, and I'll explain what each ones you have to do.
Mister,
Yes, Peña.
where are the eyes of emperor penguins with cheeks?
Where are the eyes?
Yes.
See right here? A little black dot in the middle of the white?
Yes.
That's their eyes. Yeah. Okay, Gloria, I want you to start reading 5.8 for me.
Preserving the sea. In the sea, everything is important. The more scientists study the sea, the more they discover that living and non-living things are related to each other in complex ways. The science that studies the complex relationship between living things and their surroundings is called ecology. Ecology shows us God's creative wisdom and his intricate design in creation. He has made the world so that all of its parts fit together perfectly. If all of the plants and animals are valuable in God's creation, how much more important you and I must be to God. Because everything in the sea is important. What happens in one part of the ocean may affect living things in other places and may even affect people. Science people do not understand all of the delicate balance among oceanic living things. They call upset those balance and do great harm to the ocean and the world. How thankful we can be that God understands all things and that He's still in control, preserving His creation from ruin.
Very good. All right, let's see who is next. Lizzie, do you want to read?
Yes.
All right, go for it. Polluting this ocean.
Polluting the ocean. Polluting of the ocean takes place when garbage, wasted materials, or harmful chemicals enter into streams and then find their way to the sea. Sometimes pollution can be very serious. Some people have died from eating fish or shellfish contaminated, poisoned by pollution. Oil spills. Pollution caused when oil is accidentally spilled into the ocean can cause serious damage to ocean life. Birds and fish die when their feathers or gills become covered with oil. Oil that sinks to the bottom in the form of black tar balls kills mollusks and crustaceans.
Crustaceans. Very good. Emilia, you're up next. Emilia. You're reading Spending Ocean Treasures, 147.
Mister.
147, yes. Spending Ocean Treasures.
The spending oceans. One of the oceans takes place when water was material or garment-full shellfish enter into dreams and they find their way to the sea. Something pulling can be very serious. Some people have died from eating fish of shellfish contain poisoned by pollen oil spill. Pollen
Mister,
Yeah.
he's reading the at least you read.
Really?
It's a page pending ocean treasure.
Isn't that what you were reading?
Mister,
He's reading here. Oil
No,
spill.
they
I
do
read
not use
pollution
Pollution of the ocean.
I got confused. Sorry. Spending ocean treasures. Right here.
Okay.
Read
In
that.
the past, people have turned that the ocean stream was with limit. They thought that they could use as many ocean resources as they want to without regard from conserving protein resources. People did not really that huge reach of the sea could be suitable living thing for further ener- en- energy because animals such as whales, seals, and albatross were valuable source of food, oil, and for people took more of them than they should have. As a result, some of these animals have been polluted to the point of extinction, and many others went endangered.
Have been endangered. Very good. Okay, positive steps. I'll finish this one. Much can be done to preserve the wonderful ocean God has given us. Oceanographers are scientists who study the sea. They try to learn more about the complex relationships among its creatures. By gaining knowledge of how one thing affects another, oceanographers help us to use the ocean wisely. Because of increased public awareness, animals such as seals and sea otters, once greatly reduced in numbers, are no longer endangered. It is always important to remember that God has given many dominion or rule over every living thing that moves on the earth. Attempts to protect particular types of animals must therefore consider the needs of people. The carefulness and concern of ordinary people is most important in preserving the ocean. We need to be wise about how we use our priceless water resources. Okay, see how short that section was? Let's go back to page 145 and look at the comprehension check, and I'll explain what you have to do.
Mister, we will do it with you or we will do it ourselves.
Maybe I'll give you one or two. All right, so number one, it says identify each term or animal with its definition or description. So these are the definitions, basically, and you're just looking for the main word. For example, it says the largest flying bird. Who knows what the largest flying bird is? What bird? Which one did we read about?
Angry flying.
No,
the albatrosses.
the great wandering albatross. That is the largest flying bird. And then, what is a colony of birds called?
Which one, mister, is the largest flying bird?
The great wandering albatross.
The colony of bears, penguins.
No, not penguins.
The great
Oh.
one, mister.
Rookeries.
Rookery, very good.
No, mister, we got along listen you.
The great wandering albatross. It's on page 143.
The albatross.
What
Black
one is,
albatross.
Gloria?
The albatross, yeah. And B, a colony of birds. What was it, Gloria?
I I know the number of bills, the comprehensive check of the price.
We'll
A
go-
colony of birds.
Yeah.
The rookeries.
Rookery.
What is the colony of birds, mister?
Rookery.
Rookery.
Yeah.
Yes, I already found it.
Okay, and then on 2, you're gonna have to read each statement and answer true or false. That one's pretty easy. Carlos, you raise your hand.
Mister, here saying that in the one in the sea, a flightless bird that stands 4 feet high is the emperor penguin with chicks.
Emperor penguin, yeah. All right, and then in number 2, you're gonna read each statement and answer true or false. That one's easy.
Yes.
All right, everyone to page 147. Ugh. Ooh, made me dizzy. Okay, first one, it says, how does the ocean become polluted? What things make the ocean polluted and nasty and dirty? All right, look for what they said.
Pollution of the ocean takes place when the garbage, wasted materials, or harmful chemicals enter into the streams and then find their way to the sea.
There you go, that's it. All right, number 2, what is one serious type of pollution? So look at one in particular that's really bad. It's not one of those 3, it's a different one. Then
Oil spills.
oil spills, yeah. Number 3, what do oceanographers do? That's that last part. And then who can help preserve the gifts God has given us?
What is one serious type of pollution? Oh, I already found it.
All right, so that's what you have to do. Okay, page 146. Go to page 146.
Already.
Yes, I already find it. The number 2, I already find it.
Look right here, down here at the bottom. That's the project you guys are gonna have to do. It's pretty easy. It's about what it's like when oil spills happen.
No.
And so it says you need food coloring. If you don't have food coloring, you don't need to use food coloring.
Yes, I have in the house of my
I
grandpa.
have and I have the same color.
Then that's perfect. You can use your food coloring.
For when, mister?
This project, it's due, this is what you have to do this week. Okay?
We send you, and if we can send you today,
Yeah, you can send it to me today. Just send me a photo of it.
let's see, right?
Let's see. Okay?
Because it is no good, I'll not send you pictures.
Okay, and then it says detergent. Detergent is kind of like the laundry soap that's a liquidy. Or you can use the soap that you use to wash dishes if it's liquidy. Okay? That's it. Very simple. Okay?